Good morning everybody. Today we are installing an attic ladder. I get asked more and more if we can install attic ladders into people's houses because there's less and less storage, and obviously we collect more and more stuff. So one of the main things that you need to take into consideration is the space that you need to swing the ladder down and the weight of the ladder and person climbing on the ladder to the structure that you have above and you're trying to fix to. Today we've got a structure that we've already prepped for an access ladder during the build process, during the framing process. Here we have our attic ladder. Measure both sides, 1570 by 1515, allowing a little space on each side. Then we need to find the centre of our room. This is where our apex of our roof is. Between two ceiling joists, we've got 150 ceiling joists, LVLs F17s. So it'll take the weight of the ladder and somebody walking up with no worries. And we will then noggin this area out, ready for the ladder to go in. We are installing an Amboss attic ladder. If you want to install ladders into your home, into the roof space for access, you need to make sure that your access in your roof space is adequate firstly, and that any downward pressure, you need to make sure you've got adequate support to install the ladder onto, because there's a fair bit of weight on it, and make sure that the size and weight that you've got up there is adequate to take any additional weight for luggage and boxes and all that kind of stuff. The way that we get our corners for our set out is what we do is we plumb straight down from our joist with a level. If you have a look here, what we've done is we've got our straight edge and we've actually just clamped. It's a great way of extending your straight edge, just for your own knowledge. You just clamp your 2 metre level straight to the side of it. It's nice and straight, and then you plumb straight down and you can get all your marks perfectly all the way around. That way we can adjust it back and forward down here before we get it up there, and we finish the trim out up there. The apex, due being the highest point, we need to make sure that the ladder opens in such a way that we can get our stuff in and up into that roof space. You can see with our yellow lines, we've drawn it up on the floor. Now we've moved it back and forward according to how far the actual ladder swings down. As we open it, it swings down, and we want to make sure that we don't hit these walls. These walls are all going to be tiled. So you need to make sure when you set these up that you have got the space to swing the actual ladder as it comes down. It's not just the size of the ladder that you have to worry about, it's the swing of the ladder as well. Here you can see that we've trimmed out for it. So on each side we've got a 150 by 45 F17 LVL, and we've packed it down 45 mil on both sides, and we've got this all prepped. So all we need to do is push our manhole up there, or our access ladder up there, and then we can screw it off on the sides. The reason that we've done the 45 pack down is because we've got ceiling batten and we need to get the ceiling all nice and straight all the way through. If you step over here, here's our access ladder, here's our hatch, this is our framework here on the external edge. This is what you're going to see, and obviously when we get it up we'll show you from underneath. So we've got batten and plaster, we've got 45 mil less off this back edge. From there we've got that much that we can screw into, which is plenty, especially with the timber that we've got up there. We've also got these extra hooks that'll dig into the sides of our timber and won't allow it to move as we go. From here, what we do once we've got this all trimmed out, this should just slip straight in, which we've done. You can see that we've got our timbers perfectly on the side. We've butted up nicely across here, and we've clamped it into place on all 4 external corners. That way making sure that it can't slip out. Then we come up top. Up here, you can see we've got a nice even gap on the externals. and push the ladder out of the way, and you can see now we've got an even gap the whole way around on both sides, and we've got screw holes here on each side and in other places. We'll pack these sections out. So we've already got a hole drilled in, we've got a packer in place. That one's done, and then we do that on all four corners. Once the ladder's all screwed off, then you need to adjust these bolts for depth. You cannot climb these ladders before you have adjusted these. Okay, as you can see here, our bolt is not long enough to hit on the branch or the arm. Because of that, what's going to happen is the hinge place here is going to go in half and it becomes unsafe and unstable. So what we need to do, therefore, is get longer bolts in here before this is actually a usable ladder. You'll notice, come down all the way down, please, Curly. You'll notice the reason that we've done our set out here is because this arm here is our longest connector. If you lift it up, Matt, please, you'll see that by the time we get to there, if this was in the center of the room, it would be another 100 mil this way, and we would not be able to close this up properly. So, real important factor is always do your set out first. Hook goes inside, ladder goes up. And there you have it.